Hey guys, what's up? My name is Raya, and this is my first YouTube video. Not really. I might have made one like a year or two ago, and I put it on private because I was a little embarrassed. But I'm ready. I am ready to just make videos, play with makeup, do other kind of videos, because I love fashion, I love reading, I love to talk about books, and many other different types of videos. A little bit about me before we start. Like I said, my name's Raya. I am a senior in college. I'm studying bioengineering. I'm from a small town, but I go to school in a small city. Today I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer, which I don't usually use. I usually just put concealer on when I'm doing my concealer, but I wanted to use an eyeshadow primer since I'm starting with my eyes first. Excuse me while I lose my mind. The eyeshadow primer that I use is by e.l.f. It's in the color Sheer. Just gonna put that on my lid and spread it around with a brush, just to give it a good base for the eyeshadow to be able to blend on. Makeup has really, I would say, helped my life. It's really brought out my creative side, because at first, when I would wear makeup, way back before I got into it, I would use the same black CoverGirl eyeliner that my mom would use. So I would just copy her and buy the exact same thing. And I had a palette. It was actually the Demi Lovato palette. I don't even remember what brand it was with, but I bought that palette just because it said Demi Lovato on it, because I love her. I bought that palette and it had a bunch of neutrals and smoky colors. I only ever used the gold, and I would just take my finger and swipe on some gold, put on some eyeliner, put on some mascara, and I'd be ready to go. I even had a CoverGirl foundation that my mom and my sister would always use, but within the last couple of years, I've been experimenting with makeup myself and truly finding out what I like to use and figuring out how to actually put it on instead of just wiping it on my face and hoping it looked good. And let me tell you, it didn't. But here we are now, and I love makeup. To start, I'm just going to take the color Zested in the top corner, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just blend it throughout my entire eyelid, the crease, just get it all over there. Start with a neutrally orange base, and it doesn't really matter how you put it on because it's just going all over. Maybe this is a pointless step, I don't know, but we're gonna do it anyways. I can definitely feel the primer is a little tacky, so it will hold the eyeshadow there well. Hopefully it will hold it there all night, even though I'm just gonna go lay in my bed probably and watch YouTube, but oh well. Lately I've been really inspired by looks that take a dark color and they go into the crease in the outer corner, and that's what I want to do today. Just hop right in and put a dark orange in there. So I'm gonna take the color Rise and Grind and focus it right into my crease. Don't worry, once I get this color on, it might look a little crazy, but we're gonna blend it out so it will not. I'm also just using an e.l.f. crease brush. It is small, so it can fit into my crease and my outer corner really well. Gives me a lot of control on where the color is going. See how I focused on the crease and the outer corner? I'm going to do the exact same thing on this eye. I like to mix swiping motions with dabbing motions, because when you dab the pigment, it'll come off as brighter. And then I like to swipe it to where I'd like it to go a little bit more. And that's the nice thing about this tiny brush, is that I can choose exactly where the color is going to go. I'm pretty happy with how it is right now. So now we're going to take a blending brush. I think I'll use this kind of big blender for right now, just to buff out the edge. And I'm going to take that color that we started with And I'm gonna start just going right on the edge of where I put all of this orange and start buffing it out so we can get some seamless lines here. I'm going to use the color Creamsicle too on the outer edge, just so it'll make a more gradient transition, and buff it out. I would definitely say for any eyeshadow look, blending is one of the most important parts because then it's just not harsh. I'm going to do the same thing that I just did on the other side. Fun story on why I decided to private the other video. It was originally just a get to know me. A lot of people do get to know me tags to start their channel. I just went through questions about me. I'm acting like people asked them. Nobody asked. I just did them. But I went through facts about me, talking about like favorite music, favorite YouTube channels, favorite animals, literally everything. Not everything, but what I was comfortable putting out on the internet. I didn't tell anyone about that video because it was scary to like put out a bunch of facts about you and put your face on the internet, and no, you don't know who's gonna watch, but one of my friends ended up watching, and she's a really close friend of mine, but she messaged me with like the link to the video and said, "When did you do this? You didn't tell me." And I got scared and embarrassed because I just don't think I was ready then, and I'm sure she would have been very supportive and very happy for me. She truly was probably just curious as to when I made it and like why I didn't really tell anyone about it, but I decided to take it down until I felt actually ready to make a channel, and that was about 2 years ago because I wasn't ready then. I have recently, within the past year or so, started to focus on what makes me truly happy and what I want to do and finding passion in my life because I lost it. It wasn't dark or super tragic or anything, but growing up I just felt like I didn't have a lot of alone time because I had siblings, and when I wasn't at home I was always doing sports or at school, so I didn't really take a lot of time to myself to figure out who I was or what I want to do with my life or where I want to go or who I even am. And after I came to college, my boyfriend exposed me to all of that, and that it's so much deeper than just surface level and what you're doing in your life, and he really inspired me to just soul search. So I've been doing that, and let me tell you, the job is never done. It never ends, but I have learned to love just doing things for me and figuring out what makes me happy. I needed to find out what would make me happy while going through college, and I discovered makeup. And it's been really, really good for me because I never really embraced my creative side, and if I did, I just didn't have confidence in it or didn't try to be the best that I could be. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm gonna roll with this until I don't want to anymore, and who knows if that will ever happen. I'm done blending the edges, so I'm going to go in with this smaller blender. I'm going to take Sunkissed, which is this one, and I'm going to add it to the crease too to add a little dimension. I know all of these shades are orange, so you might not think adding more will make a difference, but it can definitely just add a gradient look to your eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna take You Peel Me, this dark brownish shade, and I'm going to stick that right in the outer corner. I am very excited to use the glitter in this palette. I have not touched it yet. I am glad that I am putting it on camera because I can tell you I am going to freak out once that bright glitter is on my eye. And now it's glitter time. I actually think I'm going to cut my crease today because I just think the glitter will show up better I'm going to take the brush that, it's a Wet n Wild brush. I'm going to take the one that I put on the primer with, and I'm going to take my e.l.f. concealer. It's the 16-Hour Camo Wear concealer, and put on the back of my hand, and then just cut the crease. Actually, I'm going to use a different brush. So I'm going to use this Eco Tools brush instead. Okay, now that the crease is cut, I am going to take this other Eco Tools brush. It's very similar to the first one that I used. And I'm going to take the shade Clementine. I'm going to take the shade Clementine, and I'm going to pack that on to where I just put the concealer down. Oh, dang, yes! Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Okay, I might try to go in with just my finger and try to pack it on more. I know you're probably thinking, you really need more glitter? The answer is always more glitter. Ooh, I am so happy. Okay, now with that fluffy brush that we had before, I'm gonna take You Peel Me, the darker brown shade, and I'm going to go and just make light hats near where the glitter meets the eyeshadow, just to make it a little more seamless. And since I don't mind the harsh look, I just want it a little more subtle and soft. I say subtle as I have bright orange eyes. And I'm gonna take Creamsicle and Rise and Grind together. And I'm just gonna go in my crease and just soften it up around there a little bit too. Yes! Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing to the other side. So I tightlined and I put it on my waterline. And now I'm going to highlight my inner corners with the shade Squeeze Me, because I want to keep the orange going. I might add my highlighter on top of the orange, but I just wanted that orange twinge color to it. I use the highlighter out of the Adele & Morn X Tarte palette. And now I will put that on top of the orange I just placed, so there's a little bit more of a pop. And then I'm going to add probably a mix of Creamsicle and Sunkissed, actually, onto the lower lash line. Gotta do it to the other side. And before I do my fake lashes, I'm going to do my eyebrows, which is my least favorite part. I'm pretty sure I have glitter in my contact. It's really great. Okay, my brows are good for me. Adele & Morn, you made the best highlighter ever. If you couldn't tell, she's one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm going to now apply fake lashes. I have the Ardell Demi Wispies. And then I just blend my real lashes with the fake. Next eye. Now we are finally onto the face. Okay, so I'm kind of going to go through the face fast. To prime my face, I use e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Okay, so the foundation that I've been using is this CoverGirl CG Smoothers. I use two different colors. I know this looks a little dark, but I use two different colors and make my shade instead. And I use this beauty blender. It's from Eco Tools. Next is concealer, which I already showed you, but I'll show you again. It's a 16 Hour Wear by e.l.f. Okay, and with just like a fluffy brush, this one's Eco Tools, I'm going to take the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I don't have the lid anymore. It's just this translucent powder. And now I'm going to take it and put a little on my nose, a little on my forehead, a little on my chin, a little on my Cupid's bow, and blend, 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 blend. Half of makeup is blending. Sorry if I got quieter. My roommate's home, and I just don't want her to hear me, because I'm excited to do YouTube, but doesn't mean I want people listening. Moving on. Next, I'm going to be using this Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. It smells like coconuts. If you like coconuts, definitely recommend. And I just like follow this line up to my ear. I like to do above my forehead too. I don't do a crazy contour down my nose. I kind of just go near it and buff it out with my finger a little bit. And today I'm gonna do a little underneath here to make my bottom lip look pouty. What's wrong with me? Okay. And then I'm gonna take the blush in my Edel & More palette, and I like to smile and then just put on. And then, like I said, I already used it on the inner corners, but I will use it again. Promising and the Edel & More palette. And I use this e.l.f. fluffy brush. It's called a small taper brush. Wow. And then nose. I don't like lipstick. I really don't. I wish I did. I'm trying to figure out how to like it, but I don't. So I'm going to use a lip liner. And then I think I'm just going to do a gloss. And I just got this gloss from Victoria's Secret. It's in the color Pinky. And it has an eyelash stuck to it. Interesting. And to end the look, one of my favorite parts, just because it feels good, is setting spray. And I used the NYX Dewy Finish. That is our look for today. Here's a closer look. If you like this, comment down below and I'll do more. Any ideas, just let me know. And I will try my best to do them. I had so much fun doing this video, and to anyone that watches it, thank you. It's just a fun, creative thing for me to do with makeup and learn how to make videos and just post them. Like, I'm truly so excited to do it. And I hope you want to see more. If you like this, if you like makeup, if you like fashion, if you like any other type of videos, then subscribe. Like if you like the video. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Bye!